Hello. Good morning to all. Is there anyone online? Hi. Good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. It's Lady T again. Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. Lady T is here again. Hey, I see you, my dear people. Frederick, Myra, hey, my daughter, ALVF, I see you. Hi, my dear. Good day. I am here today for us to talk about some snappy thing that is has been bothering my mind, and I think we should share it. So I call on people to share the video and also contribute. Hi, Myra. Myra is here. I am very happy. Welcome, my dear. Yes, I want us to talk about comparison. Comparison. That is a topic. And the topic is, do not compare your life with any other person. That is our topic. Do not compare yourself with any other person. Yes, Frederick, thank you. Please share the video and keep contributing. Are you that person who keeps comparing yourself with other people? Are you regretting that you are the you that you are, not the you that you wanted to be? Are you not satisfied with who you are and what you are and the way you look? What are you not satisfied with? What are you not satisfied with? My dear brothers and sisters, my dear children, my dear friends, I am here today to tell us that we should learn to be satisfied with who we are. We have to stop comparing. Do not compare yourself with anybody, because you are the unique you. Yes, you are. You are the important you that has been created and put on this earth for a purpose. Jerry, I see you. Welcome, my brother. You are the important you that has been created in the image of God. You may have a sharp mouth like my own, and you prefer a flat mouth. That is not your own. Your own is only sharp. You may want bulging eyes, and you have small eyes like mine. My dear, be contented with your small eyes. You know, what has spoiled the world is the fact that we like to compare ourselves with other people. When you start comparing yourself with other people, you stop living. Excuse me, I have cough. When you start comparing yourself with other people, you stop living. Why? Because you forever will live a life of trying to please, or striving to be like other people, or struggling to reach up, rather than doing what you are supposed to do to live and enjoy this life. I see you, Christy. Welcome, my dear. Share the video and also comment. You know, you do not have any idea about the other person's journey, just as that person does not have any idea about your journey. So why do you compare? Why do you seek to please the world by striving throughout to be like the other person? When you are unique, you is so important, and your unique you can make you to become somebody in this life. Have you been able to take off time to identify who you really are? Because some of us don't really know who we are. Who are you? Who are you? Have you been in an argument with someone and then they always win, and you start thinking that you must always win because those other people always win? No, come on. Arguments are, first of all, things that's a situation that helps you to grow, to get to know the other people better, and then also get to know how you react to situations, and then it's a learning point. So why do you compare? Why do you think that you must always win in an argument just like your friend does? Why do you compare that you must always dress up the way your friend does? No. You are a unique you. You know, this life is too short to waste time hating on people or hating on ourselves. Hey, Christabel, I see you, my dear. I see you, Eva. Thank you for watching. Our topic today is do not compare yourself with anybody, because everyone has their own journey and you do not know how the other person's journey is. Are you that person who does not like the way you look? Are you that person who is not satisfied with who you are? Are you that person who thinks that the other person is always better than you? Then it is time to stop, think, rethink, and move on as you, not as someone else. Because when you spend time struggling to compare and compete with other people, the useful time you would have used to become who God wants you to be will be wasted. And I am here to tell us that it is useless wasting useful time for useless things. Oh, I want to look like Christabel. Oh, Christabel has a flat nose and mine is sharp. Come on. God knows why he gave you a sharp nose and gave Christabel a flat nose. I see you, Esther. Welcome. So I am here to tell us that we should be satisfied with what we have rather than striving to have what we don't have. You can make use of what you have. The other day I told you that we were discussing, and I told us, not you, I told us, because I learned a lot from this discourse. I told us that when Moses went to the Red Sea and was not able to cross, he turned and told God that, look, you have caused me to take the children of Israel and kill them, because to the sides are hills, behind me are the Egyptians, and in front of me is the Red Sea. It means that these children of Israel will all drown. God did not bother. What did God tell him? What do you have in your hand? And then he said, I have the rod. And God said, use the rod. In fact, this is a wonderful example which shows that God has given each of us something in our hands for us to use. So rather than comparing yourself and your life with other people, look at what you have. You have something that God has given you that you can use to bring yourself to the level that is even more than that of the other person, and you'll be satisfied. You will be living a satisfactory life. You'll be enjoying yourself, and you'll be happy with who you are. So, are you the one who keeps comparing yourself with others? Hey, Jum Junior, welcome. Please share the video and comment. I'm not seeing people comment. Comment. What is bad in comparison? Tell us. And what is good when you compare? Tell us. You know, comparison has two sides. There's a little positivity in comparison. If you do positive competition, positive comparison, that is, you see that Tilda is doing this and you're striving to do that and even better, is different, without hating on Tilda. But if you want to hate on Tilda and you strive to do everything to bring down Tilda in what she is doing, then you are doing negative comparison and competition, and it will be difficult for you to succeed. Lois, welcome. Our topic again is do not compare yourself with anybody, because everyone has their own journey and everyone has their own story. So what is your story? Are you holding to your story, or you are trying to grasp another person's story? Everyone has their journey, and you have no idea what my journey is. You have no idea what the other person's journey is. Oh, Christabel, you are pulling my legs. She says, hello mom, looking good. I'm just coming in. Oh, what have I missed? Maybe the topic is simple. Do not compare yourself with anybody. That is the topic. Comparison. Do not compare yourself with anybody. Simple topic. And hey, Patricia, my friend, hi, long time, welcome on board. So I'm asking you, are you that person who compares themselves with people? If you are that person who is always comparing yourself, know that you are heading to fall, because you will not be able to identify what God wants you to do, and because of that, you will not be able to succeed in life. You will not be able to reach your goal, as we have been saying, because you spend useful time doing useless things, and that useless thing is comparing, trying to be like other people. My dear, never misuse the time you have in your life, that time you have in your hand. Just as God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand, and asked Moses to use the rod to strike the river so that the sea can divide into two and the children of Israel cross over. Don't misuse time, and don't misuse what you have in your hand. Never say that you are busy by being busy comparing yourself with people. I have come to understand that people who compare themselves, especially negative competition, do not succeed in life, because they spend all their time competing, struggling to be like the other person. My dear, you have to take less and give more. That means if you see something positive in somebody's life, you can take a bit of that and also give out more, such that that person could be able to take a bit from you. Yes. So rather than comparing and competing with people, live a life that people can also emulate and become people tomorrow. And so everybody in life, if you stop comparing with people, you stop competing, you will be succeeding. Hey Frederick, thank you for sharing that video. You will be learning, because life is a learning process. Life itself, every day, every minute, every second of your life is a learning process. You are on the learning table. You are in a classroom. And there is a saying that experience is the best teacher. So what are you experiencing? Are you spending time struggling to compare with people and then having no experience that you're gathering? Or you are spending time building on what you have, learning, falling and standing up, and then learning and moving on? That is how we are supposed to live. Because in fact, we are like redwood in the forest, depending on each other, but not pushing each other to fall. When we start comparing and competing negatively, we are in another way pushing each other to fall. Imagine that the redwood in the forest were to stand like this. Each one stands on their own. When the wind comes, what happens? They fall. But because the redwood stands like this, their roots are interwoven, they do not fall when the wind comes, no matter how strong the wind is. But rather, they feed each other and they support each other. That is what we are supposed to do, rather than compare and compete negatively. Because negative competition and negative comparison kills only you. It doesn't kill the person you are comparing with or competing with. It doesn't. It doesn't do any harm to that person, because the time you're spending competing and comparing, that person is spending that very time doing something good for themselves. So what are you doing? Are you satisfied with what you are? With who you are? With your looks? With your facial look? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with your shape? For quite some time now, people, companies, how do they call them? They call them what again? Beauty companies and stylists and these people who move, who show off things. Most of them think that they can always project only people who are thin. Are you competing to be thin? Do you want to remain a thin person in life? If you want to remain a thin person in life and God has made you fat, be happy and satisfied with being fat. Be happy and satisfied. Like yourself. Love the way you are. Be satisfied the way you are, rather than comparing and wanting to become a thin person, whereas God made you to be a supermodel like some of us. Are you proud of who you are? You are beautiful the way you are. If I had my way, I would promote fat people, because fat people are also as beautiful as lean people. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. And so I am calling on us today to stop comparing and competing. Christabel says, when you compare with someone, you duplicate the person and you disappear. Wow! Beautiful, Christabel. I love that. In fact, when you compare with someone, you duplicate the person and then you disappear. Imagine you, because your real you is no longer there. God made you big like I am, and you're striving every day to become very lean. By the time you become lean, the true features that you had gone, and you are not you again. So she says, so get inspired by the person and build a personality worth celebrating. Oh yes, my dear, beautiful thought there from Christabel, my daughter. Let us be inspired by others rather than be competing to be others. Don't compare. Be inspired that this person is a bit leaner and looking much better. So let me see how I can make myself to look much better even with my size. If you have one dress or two or three or four, and you are by someone who is always changing dresses, keep your dresses, 3 or 4, 5 dresses clean and always look good. You will be happy the way you are, rather than struggling to have so many dresses where you are not able to get, because that will only push you to indulge in wrong things. That is the negative part of competition, of comparison. When you compare, it forces you to do things that the real you should not do, because you want to get extra money and you may get it from a different through a means that is not acceptable. Thank you, Frederick. You may want to start walking in a way that will make you look as if you are lame because you want to be like that person. You may want to change your looks. I have seen women who have gone in for artificial breasts and they have spoiled themselves in the long run. Artificial butts, because they want to have big butts, and they have spoiled themselves in the long run because of the effects. Oh, come on. You see, the world is so complex. There are people who are so big, they have big butts. They are angry that they have big butts. Then there are people who are so lean, they don't have any butt. They go buy butts in the market and put, and then you see them having big buttocks. Artificial. Are you the real you? Remain the real you. Rather than comparing and doing things that make you not to be you, as Christabel says, that makes you disappear, I pray and I call on us to start living the real us. Because when we compare, we develop different faces. I watched a film of a young lady who had nothing, was coming from a very poor background, and then she faked herself and proved to people around that she was the daughter of a very rich person. What happened was that she got to be forced by one family to get married to their son, and she was actually living a fake life. And when she lived that fake life, the day she was exposed, what a disgrace. Oh, come on. So if you're wearing a wrong face because you want to compare with somebody, you want to be like that person, and you wear a wrong face, there will be a day, there shall come a day where you will be unmasked. And what a shame. Christabel says the main cause of competition or comparison is low self-esteem, so we should solve that first. Oh, come on, you are right. Do you have a complex? Are you having a superiority complex or an inferiority complex? If you discover that you have a complex, then the real you is disappearing. Yes. Christabel, thank you for that. If your self-esteem is low, that is when you start thinking that, no, if I were like that person, I would be better. Come on, who told you that? If God wanted everybody on earth to look the same, to be the same, to have the same things, God would have made that possible. But God saw that diversity is a strength, and God made people black, white, red, like the red Indians, dark. Some people are named ugly. There's no ugly person because all of us are in the image of God. And then humanity has tagged some people ugly. Oh, come on. Everybody is beautiful and handsome in their own right as created by God. So don't listen to those negative talks around you that will lead you to want to live the life of another person. I see you, my little sis. I said, welcome on board. Caleb, welcome. Please share the video and also comment. I have a cold and my children are asking me if my mother knows that I'm coughing like this. So I don't know if you, my friends, know that I'm coughing this much. Our topic is, do not compare with the other person because you don't know their life's journey. And you are unique. You are beautiful. You are wonderfully made. You are handsome. So you don't have to compare. You don't have to compete. You don't have to go striving all through your life to be who you are. If I see my beautiful sister Hyacinta beautifully dressed, if I admire her way of dressing, I should try to dress in a way that fits me, but also nice like she dresses. Rather than wanting that when Hyacinta wears something like this, I should go and get the same thing. If Hyacinta makes her makeup that way, I should make the same thing. That is negative and unhealthy competition and comparison that will never make me to become Hyacinta, because her beauty and her uniqueness remains. Mine remains. So rather than us spending useful time doing useless things by trying to compare and be like the other person, let us be uniquely us and enjoy who we are, created beautifully and handsomely in God's image. If you are not satisfied with yourself, then you start checking your self-image. You start checking your complex. Are you having a superiority complex? People who have superiority complexes are those people. It's easy to identify such people. They feel that they are above everybody. They always want to impose themselves and show that they are up there. Real people are quietly discovered. Whether you talk about yourself or you show off, if you're a real person, people will know that you're real. Inferiority complex people are always complaining that they are nobodies. They are not. What can I do? We are no person. When you have that, please clear it off, because you are somebody. Patricia says you are perfectly right, my dear. Thank you, Patricia. Please share this video and let other people be blessed. You must live and enjoy who you are, because you are unique. Those people came in now. I talked about beauty companies, about modeling companies that have given us the notion in our mind to think that that those people who are fat, who are big like me, are not beautiful, because they are promoting only the lean people and calling them models. Oh, come on. We have supermodels, and I am one. I think I am. Who are you? Are you a supermodel, or you are a lean model? Be happy the way you are. Lean models should not strive to be supermodels, and supermodels should not strive to be lean models, because God created you in your own right and gave you your own beat to you. So striving and spending time to be lean will only lead you to develop gastritis, will lead you to start looking cranky. Well, I'm not in any way saying that people should just grow fat, stupid, become obese because they want to remain in their way that God made them. God made everyone unique, and you have to maintain that uniqueness. You have to maintain who you are and be happy that God made you the way you are. You can do that. I am not seeing people share this video. Share. I've seen Ole Frederick. Please share the video so that your friends can also see, and then the discussion continues. We need to support each other by telling each one of us not to compare and compete. Christabel said, when you keep comparing and competing, what happens is that you disappear. Your real person, your personality disappears, and then you will not be existing just because you were comparing. Yes, just because you were trying to compare, you were trying to be some other person. Do you want to disappear? I see you, Sarafika. Welcome, my dear. We need to become the true people that God has created us to be. And you can do that if you accept who you are and you stop looking out on other people to be like them. But you start getting inspiration from other person, like Christabel said. When you are inspired by other people, you tend to grow better, because you take that inspiration, mix up with what God has in you, God has placed in you, and you become a much better person. then you start living the life God has given you. Christabel says, and people fall in such competition and comparison. Hate and envy comes in and becomes outrageous. Oh, come on, you have gotten the point. That is exactly where we are driving to. We are driving to the fact that if we compete and compare, then we are not able to be like those other people. Hate comes in, envy comes in. Christabel, thank you for preempting, because our next topic will be going towards that. Our next topics in the next days will be talking about hate, the dangers of hate and envy. So this topic of today is to prepare us to know that when you strive to compete and compare negatively and you are not able to succeed, what obtains, what comes into your mind is jealousy, hate, envy, and all what you can name. You see somebody who hates another person for no reason. There are many people in life like that. They hate people. They say terrible things about people they don't even know. They just put you on the slaughter table and slaughter you just because they wanted to be like you, but they are not able to be like you. You cannot be like that person because you are uniquely you. So why don't you work on the unique you to become a better person, also for others to look up to? Rather than spending useful time trying to blackmail somebody, trying to bring down somebody, spend useful time trying to be who you are, beautifully and wonderful, created by God Almighty. I see you, Providence. Welcome on board, my dear. Share the video and comment. It's very important. Our topic is, do not compare with others. Be real you, because you are uniquely you, created by God, knitted beautifully in the image of God. And I said earlier that every one of us has what it takes to be what you want to be, because just as God told Moses in front of the Red Sea, what do you have in your hand? When Moses thought that everything was gone, and he said, I had the rod, and God said, use that rod. You have what it takes to become what you want to be. Yes, you just need to ask God. Hold on to Jesus' garment, and he will tell you what you have. He will show it. You have it in you. And I'm telling people that just the image of God that we have in us is everything. What do you have in you? Created beautifully in the image of God. And when Jesus was leaving, he said, these things that I do, you will do even more. So are we doing these things even more? Or we are spending time struggling to be like that person, or like that one, or like that one? Are you spending useful time uselessly? We need to start asking ourselves. Now, let me say something about us women, especially, because it causes us to compare and compete negatively. Before I said, Christabel says, they hate you when you don't even know them. That's witchcraft. For real, that's witchcraft, my dear daughter. I see you, I'm shouting. Hey, my daughter in London, please. Hi, welcome on board. Share this video, please. Patricia, I'm seeing you. I'm so proud to see you online today. It is witchcraft to hate somebody. Strive all your life to bring down that person. Everywhere you find yourself, you are saying something negative about that person. Any opportunity you see to blackmail that person, you are doing it. When you hear somebody talks good about that person, you want to blackmail that person. It is witchcraft. Because if you are doing this just because you want to be like that person and there's no way you can be, you can never be the same. Everybody has their own gift, their talents, their capabilities, and their potentials. Activate yours and use them. Stop hating on others. Stop struggling to be like that person, because you have your own thing in you and you can use it so beautifully and become somebody that even those people you want to be like them would look at you and they will be envious too. There's positive envy, you know. If I had my way, everybody around me would be, I want everybody around me to just be themselves, and then we go around happily. We make this world a beautiful and good place to live in. Now, let me come back to what I was trying to say to us women. We women have a problem. And I would talk about the problem by citing the self-image. What is your self-image? I will bring out 3 self-images. We have the negative self-image, and I will liken it to the bean seed. If you plant a bean or a maize seed in a place where there are trees, that do not allow air to touch the tree, the seed, that do not allow rain to fall on the seed, that do not allow the seed to respire and then grow, germinate and grow happily. That bean seed will just sprout and remain there, and from there will just die down. That's the negative self-image. Hey, I see you, Tabe, my beautiful friend. Welcome on board, my dear. Our topic is do not compare with others. You are uniquely you, beautifully and wonderfully made, and you can be a very, very good person in life. If you are lean, model companies have made lean people to think that they are more beautiful than supermodels like us. We are supermodels. If you're big like me, be proud of who you are, make good use of who you are and look good. If you are lean, be proud of who you are, make good use of who you are and look good. That's it. Rather than striving to be lean or striving to be fat, rather than striving to have big butts, big boobs when God gave you small ones like mine, rather than trying to have small butts when God gave you big buttocks like mine. No, come on, be happy with who you are. Now, self-image, and I'm saying this to us women. Most women have negative self-images. And what it is, I talked about the bean seed that is planted amongst trees. The trees cover, air does not come into the tree, the plant. No rain falls on it, sun doesn't fall. The seed cannot respire, so it cannot germinate and grow big. So when it sprouts, it grows a bit and then it becomes miserable and it dies out. It is because those clouds, if we are likening us to people who have negative self-image, I will say that those clouds are negative thoughts that you have. They dampen your mind and you are not able to think anything right. Is the jealousy in us, the hate that we develop for people that close us up and we are not able to think anything right. Those clouds are many things that just block us. Then we are not able to think anything right. Frederick, thank you. He says, accept yourself and be who you are. Yes. Providence says, thank God. He is so good. He blesses everyone when you seek him with your whole heart. Yes, my dear. And that is the staff that we have in our hand, the Christ in us. Christ in you will bless you if you hold on to his garment. So rather than spending time maintaining a negative self-image and only struggling to bring other people down, ask God, put God to task to tell you, to show you what he has put in you that can make you to be who you want to be. Now, away from the negative self-image. So if you find yourself in a negative self-image, the negative self-image people say, I don't know anything. I am just a woman. I don't have money. I'm poor. What do I have? I am not married. I am this. I don't have a child. Then you put yourself in a negation that becomes a whip and wraps you around and you remain negative. And like that bean seed that could not sprout strongly because of clouds, because of trees, because of lack of air, you will just remain where you are. And the years will be coming and going. You are the same person. From there you just become so miserable, and then you start looking at those people who are growing well and looking happy, making their life. You start saying, this one they're old, they need to show up. These ones are getting old and regretting because they want to remain young. When you start, that kind of idea comes to your mind, know that there's something wrong with you. You have a negative self-image and you think that everybody should come into that shoe. God forbid. I will not be in that shoe. I prefer to move on. Now, the next self-image is what we call the overrated self-image. Many women fall in this because of comparison. The overrated self-image is just as miserable as that bee seed. It is actually planted amongst clouds. That is amongst doubts, hate, all those things are there. But maybe because in life this woman has gotten married to a minister, or she's gotten married to a very rich person, or she's gotten married to a renowned person, or she is so educated, or in life she has been successful to have a good position of work, or she has money, then you see her, all those things that I've just named become artificial flowers that are planted on that negative seed. And then these artificial flowers make that person to think that they have arrived in life, and then they begin to overrate themselves. and start thinking that they are above all this nonsense. They are above every other person. Whereas, take away the money from them, they are gone. Take away the husband who is a minister, they are gone. Take away the renowned person who is the husband, they are gone. Take away the education, they are no persons. Take away the position, there are no people. Christabel says, ha 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 ha, you sure are not in that shoe. Oh, of course. When you have an overrated self-image, you are fake. And we have so many fake people out there. Because you are a minister today, you think that you are above every other person. Instead of working beautifully and doing the duty that God has called you to do, to perform through that position of being minister, you spend time topping down on people and trying to show that you are better than every other person. When you live like that, the day that ministry is taken away from you, those people you are topping down on them, who should have been the ones to support you, they will leave you and you will fall on the ground. Overrated self-image. If because you are married to a rich man or to a renowned person or to whatever, and you think that you are going to top down on all other people because you are different, you don't need to mix up with people, you don't have to sit, I am above this kind of class, these market sellers, these jama sellers, I cannot mix with them. These people, these buy and sellers, who are they? These low class women, I cannot mix with them. The day, God forbid, the day, God forbid, your husband is no longer a minister, or is no longer having money, or God forbid that he dies, you don't have anywhere to hang on. Overrated self-image, very dangerous, because it makes you to think that to live an artificial life, and you make the world to think. We know people who have retired from work and have not lived long, have just died, just because they could not face the fact that they are not called Madam this or Mr. Delegate or that or that or that. Then you just see them, they disappear. I have seen people who have become poor and they are not able to survive because they were living a fake life. Come on, are you living a fake life? The things that make you to live a fake life are those things that force you to compete. Live your real life. Stop living a fake life. Live your true life. Have the same face. Stop wanting to be a lean woman when God made you to be a big woman like me. Stop wanting to be a big woman when God made you lean. Stop wanting to be fair when God made you black. Stop. There are so many things that you have to stop because you want to please the society. Divine, welcome. Our topic is don't compare. And please, if you listen to the whole video, you will be really edified. Share the video, please, and contribute. Christabel says, please, mommy, let not a day pass without you streaming live. Even if it's for one person. Chai, evangelism is not just door to door. Oh, thank you, my daughter. And your own evangelism is to share this video and then let your friends also see, my dear. So all of us are evangelists. Thank you. I will try. Any day that I have time, I will jump in. Today I did not announce because I did not even know that I was going to have time. Hey, my brother Abraham, my patriotic brother, welcome on board. See, if you compare negatively with people, your true you will disappear. You are a unique you. God made you so beautifully and handsomely as you. If you start comparing and striving to be like other people, if you think that Divine is a beautiful, a handsome journalist, he has a good voice, he talks well, you become a journalist today, don't strive to talk like Divine. Talk the way you are and people will fall in love with your voice the way you are. Write your stories the way you see them and perceive them. Stop struggling to write just like Divine. Competition kills, especially negative competition. Comparison kills you. It makes you stagnant. It makes you to use useful time in a wrong way. Yes. Hey, Abraham is a Bali man, so I have so many Bali friends now. Thank you. I didn't know that. But I got to know him as a friend through you too. I've never met him, but I met him on Facebook through you. So I am telling all of us here that if you want to live a beautiful life, quiet and handsome life, to live the life that God intends for you, don't stop comparing. Start living your you. If you are a woman and you don't have big butts, big boobs, don't go looking for big boobs. Be satisfied with what you have. Don't go to the market and buy some funny things and stuff in. Because the man who will see you and love you because of those big boobs will discover you in less than no time that you don't have them. If you don't have big butts like some of us, don't go to the market and buy them, because you will be unmasked. If you are lean, if you are big like I am, don't pretend to be small, because you will be unmasked. So if you have a negative self-image, we have talked about a negative self-image, and we say it is likened to a bean seed that is planted under a tree, under trees that do not give them air, do not give them space, and so the bean seed sprouts and becomes so miserable. Are you having a negative self-image? We have spoken about an overrated self-image. That means you are so miserable, just like the negative self-image, but you have covered yourself with artificial flowers. And artificial flowers in our time, are education, money, married to a rich husband, position, and things like that. You put them and cover the true you. Are you that woman who will rather not introduce herself as I am Dr. Mrs. this, but you will say I am the wife of the minister of this? Because when you say you are Dr. Mrs. this, we know that you are a doctor already, and you are a big woman, and we're proud of you. But if you say you are Dr. Mrs. Ngong, I will know that you are a doctor and you are Mrs. Ngong. Instead of saying that I am the wife of the minister of commerce, you have killed yourself. Because we know only the minister, we don't know you, and you're projecting only the minister. It means that you have an overrated self-image. It means that if they take away that minister, you are not existing. Are you that kind of person? Then you are having an overrated self-image. Are you that person who wants to think that they know you only because of your family name? You cannot introduce yourself somewhere as Tilda. You are striving to call a name. You call Tilda and link to a name that is well known because you want to be known. Come on, if you are Tilda Nietzsche, a name that is not known like my own, maintain your non-known name and make it big by doing things that will make you known in life. That is it. Yes. If you want to remain the focus in life and become the person you are, you will be very nice. Divine says, what happens that once a minister is sacked, the shine disappears? Because of overrated self-image, my brother. I said it earlier. Once the minister is sacked, the woman cannot even mix with people again, because when the husband was minister, she looked at other women as low-grade people. I don't mix with jama sellers. I don't mix with bayam sellers. I am not at that level. I'm above this nonsense. Then when you are no longer where you are, you have nowhere to turn to. People have retired and died. People have become poor and died. People have developed hypertension because they don't want to accept the current disposition, what they find themselves, because they were overrated. In fact, take away everything that you have that is artificial and leave the real you. The artificial things that you have, money, education, position, all those things that you have that are artificial, God has given them to you to enhance your life on earth. And you cannot enhance your life on earth by disconnecting from the real you. Remain in the real you and enjoy what God has given you. Stop disconnecting from the real you to enjoy what God has given you. If you do that, then you are having an overrated self-image. All of us are striving to become people in life. You can become somebody even in your real you. Why don't you maintain the same face that you have? Why do you want to have a stage of phases? Are you fake? Then you are overrated. Are you having a negative self-image? You have to work on it. Now, the last self-image that I will say is the realistic self-image, which I will liken to a bean seed that is planted. There is enough air. The seed grows up well. When the seed is growing up and sees that there's a tree that is blocking air from entering or rain, the tree goes towards air and gets growing, and then you see it flourishing. That is who I want all of you and I to be. We should strive to be realistic, to have realistic self-images. Then we will not be able to compete or compare with people negatively, because we will be enjoying the real who we are, and then we'll be enjoying who we are and enhancing God's plan for our lives. Hey, Christy says, yes, so we used to have one tenant, the sister married to a high class. Oh my God, she will kill us with the sister's hobby's name. Living fake life. Yes. This one is true. Some of us, Because our sister, cousin, whoever is married to a big man, we are always saying, no, you want to introduce yourself somewhere and say, you don't know this big man, the wife is my sister. Come on, be careful. That is an overrated self-image, and then it helps to make the you that you have disappear. I see you, Ernest. Welcome, my dear. If you cause the you that God has created to disappear, know that God is going to ask you on his judgment seat, what did you do with the you that I gave you? Are you ready to answer to God? Then you stop comparing with people and begin to live. I see you, my president, Time Blushes. Welcome on board. We are talking, my live stream today is on the topic, do not compare and compete with others. Be you, because you are a unique you. So if you are a unique you, enjoy who you are. Live a beautiful life. Live, the Bible says, as much as possible, live at peace with everybody. Remember earlier on in this video, we said when you are comparing and competing negatively, what happens is that you see hate comes in, jealousy, envy. You start working all your life to pull down the person you want to be like. We need to be careful. Hey, Genio Table says, life is so very simple and beautifully made by God. He is not man, and he has designed life to suit every creation. Beautiful statement. Every creation is unique, and your life, your potentials, your gifts, everything that God has put is in you and is unique. He continues by saying the springboard where you as an individual can shine is for you to be humble, patient, strong, and rise from there. God has already made us kings and queens. Rise in your very own image. Life has unlimited possibilities, even for generations to come. It cannot exhaust. Mother, your message is great. Let love lead. Thank you, my son. I am humbled. Let love lead. Let us. In fact, Gino Tebo has said everything. Every one of us is a king and a queen. Enjoy your kingdom. Enjoy it. Activate your potentials. Discover the staff that you have in your hand, just like Moses discovered the staff and then was able to separate the Red Sea for the children of Israel to cross over. When he was grumbling and telling God that you have caused me to bring these people to die here, God did not give him anything, nothing. God just asked him, what do you have in your hands? Please just click the share button. It will share, my dear Neu. I don't know why it's not sharing, but if you click the share button, it will share. I don't know, maybe your telephone is the problem. Please share. Even if you cannot share now, when we stop the video, you still can share. So, just as Moses was wondering how to take across the children of Israel, you are wondering how your life is dull, you don't have anything, you are struggling and looking at other people wanting to be like them. No. Look back in you. You will discover what God has put in you that can help you to be who you are. That can help you to be the king and the queen that you are. Can help you to enhance, to become strong and live your unlimited and enjoy your unlimited possibility that God has given you. You have them. To me, Tilda, I don't have I don't have impossibility in my life. I have difficulties, and when you have difficulties, you use them as stepping stones, because difficulties, in the midst of difficulties, you are able to learn, to draw inspiration, you are to gain experience, and then you will be able to handle such similar difficulties tomorrow. But if you take them as impossibilities, you close up. It means that you are having a negative self-image. So who are you? Who are you? Who am I? Ask yourself. Let every one of us ask ourselves, who am I? Who are you? Are you the true you? Are you the king and queen, as Genio said? Do you know that you were made, so beautifully made? Oh, thank you for sharing that video. Thank you. God bless you. Are you enjoying the image that God has put in you? God's image alone in you is all you have to be who you want to be, if you want to be, because you will use that image of God in you. God says, I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me. That is in the Bible. Those are not Tilda's words. That is my key verse. I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me. It means that If you have Christ, since all of us have Christ, God causes the rain to fall on those who trust and believe in him, and on those who do not trust and believe in him. Those who trust in God breathe air, those who don't trust breathe air. But the difference is that if you don't trust in God, you will breathe this air, the rain will fall in you, but you will remain where you are. You will not be able to identify your potentials, because it is Christ in you. It is he in you that makes you to identify your potentials and succeed in life. So what are you doing? Are you using what you have to get to where you have to get? Because you were created beautifully, as Gino said, beautifully and wonderfully created in the image of God. So as I am about to go, I want us to critically look inside. Where do you fall? Are you having a negative self-image? Remember, it is likened to a bean seed that is planted under a hedge, and there is no way this bean can sprout and grow. That hedge in our life today is envy, hate, backbiting. Those are clouds of negativity that block us, and then we withdraw. Or are you having a negative overrated self-image where you have artificial things planted? I am a minister, I am a director, a directress, I am a this, I am a business magnate, I have a family name, I am married to a big man, I am well educated. Are there these things that have covered your true image, which is so negative? Know that if you are covering your true image with these things, the next day when you don't have them, you will disappear. Christabel said it, that if you keep comparing with others, your true self disappears. Know that if you maintain these overrated things in your life and do not use them as enhancers, life enhancers that God has given you to help you enjoy, the day you don't have these things, you will disappear. So I'm calling on all of us to develop the realistic self-image. Live a realistic life. Divine says the problem is that we trust in God on Sunday, and the rest of the week our trust is in something else. Perfectly said. No truth like this. Divine, that is why people have more than one faces. In church they have the holy face, holier than thou. They are singing, they are praising God, they are very humble, so humble. They are doing all the good things in church, but just at the door of the church, they are different. In their neighborhood, they are different. In their offices, they are wolves. Come on, true Christianity is when you have the same face in church, in front of the church, in your neighborhood, at your workplace, everywhere you go, in your family meeting, in your village, in your closet. When you are alone, you have the same face. That is true Christianity. Are you that person who has so many faces? Watch out, because God is using this video to tell you that if you don't stop competing and comparing with others, striving to be like others, you will destroy your you. The unique you that is in you will be destroyed. Do you want to use your hands to destroy the unique you? I say no, my dear. The prayer that I have for us today is that we should live a life that is worth enjoying and really living an excess in what God wants us to live. Remember, God has put you on earth for a purpose, and you must put back something to this world before you leave. So are you putting back something to this world before you leave? Or you are just sitting there and making life so uncomfortable even for yourself? Today's topic is about you, about this you and you. And it is about us sitting and looking into the mirror and talking to that person you see. Talk to that person you see in the mirror and ask this person to become the who God wants you to be. And that you cannot do if you have a negative self-image. You cannot do if you have an overrated self-image. You can only do it if you have a realistic self-image, meaning that you accept who you are and you live in the who you are, using what God has given you to become a better person and to bless others. Are you blessing others, or you want to be a rich person alone? Are you blessing others? As I am moving towards the end, is there anybody who has a particular question to ask or a particular thing to say? Then you put it on the comment box. So if I want to do a small quick review of what we have been talking about, we have been talking about not comparing with others, becoming the real you, because you are uniquely you, created in your image, in God's image for you. And we said that if you want that, I mentioned that modeling companies have made some people to feel that they are inferior, especially the fat people. Please, you can be a supermodel. I like it in America because supermodels are being promoted. You can be a supermodel just as you can be a lean model. God created you lean or super for a purpose. Be happy the way you are. If God gave you a very big tummy and gave you small butts and maybe big bobs, you need to accept the way you are and only adjust them to live happy with the way you are. You stop struggling all through your life to be like the other person. Live a handsome life. Live a beautiful life. Live a God-fearing life. A God-fearing life means that you feed yourself with what is good so you will be healthy. You will speak what is good so you can bless other people. You will live a good life so that you can influence people around you. You will contribute to the beauty of the world. If you are living a God-fearing life, you will be looking good. You will be handsome. You will be beautiful. There's nobody who is ugly. Everybody is beautiful, handsome in their own right, in their own God's image. That image that you and I have, the image of the creator of the world. So I am calling on you, since nobody has asked a question, I am going to stop very soon, and Divine has just said there will always be a better than you. Yes, my dear. So don't strive to be like that person, because that better than you is in your perception. You are uniquely you. Don't think that somebody is better than you, because that person is in their own right. Someone will always have more money than you. Yes, so that person is in their own right, having more money than you. So if you have small money, be happy with the money you have, because God will give you things to do just with that money as you have that. God has never given us anything that is above our means. So strive to be you and live a beautiful life. Okay, we are going to, Christabel says she wants me to be talking at all times, and I will always strive to do it, and I will always struggle to tell you. Today, in fact, I was supposed to go out and something stopped me. That is why I came back. I did not announce. Hey, Divine says, go to the graveyard, see those 6 feet deep, 6 feet down. Life is too short. Yes. In the graveyard, you see ministers, you see presidents, you see beauty queens, you see kings, you see queens, you see rich people, you see poor people, you see mad people, you see useless people. Whoever is useless, because I don't think anybody is useless. Genio has said, the only thing I have seen that makes another copy is a photocopy machine. Yes. So the earlier people start figuring out themselves, the better. Thank you, Mom, for today. Thank you, my dear son. Thank you so much. God bless you. I am praying that we continue to bless people with this video. Continue to share it. Continue to contribute, because I will keep contributing. I always go back to my videos to contribute. In the next session, I will give a topic, or I will wait for people to propose topics, or I will wait for people to ask questions. We need to share, we need to exchange and support each other, just like redwood in the forest is supporting each other. So when the wind comes, we will not fall. Keep the smiles. And like David said, the battle's not mine, said little David, Lord is yours. I need your favor. I've given it all to you. I know not what to do. I'm so glad you made me see. You are really all that I need, so the battle's not mine. I've given to you. Lord is thine. The battle's not mine, Said little David, Lord, it's yours. I need your favor. I've given it all to you. I know not what to do. I'm so glad you made me see. You're really all that I need, so the battle's not mine. I've given to you. Lord is thine. Like little David said when he faced Goliath, the battle is not ours, you and I. The battle is the Lord's. Let's give it to God. We should be happy that he has made us to see that the battle is the Lord's. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much, Genio. Thank you to everybody who came on board. God bless you and bless me as we go out today. Let us reflect in our self-image. Let us build a realistic self-image and live a beautiful life rather than comparing with others. Have a great day and bye-bye with all my love. Thank you.